In this video, we're going to have a look at some examples of how to simplify expressions involving the fourth index law. So the fourth index law is a to the power of m raised to the power of n is equal to a m times n. So when I have a base inside of the brackets with a power outside of the bracket, I can multiply the powers together to simplify. So in this example, I want to simplify 6b to the power of 3 raised to the power of 2 times 2b to the power of 4. So my first step is to apply the fourth index law to the brackets. Remembering in my first bracket, I have two separate terms. I've got 6 and a b. And in my second bracket, I again have two separate terms, a 2 and a b. So when I have two terms inside the same bracket, I need to multiply the index for both terms by the power outside. Also remembering that with the numbers, or any term that doesn't have an index, the index is going to be 1. So applying the fourth index law, that's going to be 6 to the power of 1 times 2 times by b to the power of 3 times 2 times by 2 to the power of 1 times 4 times by b to the power of 1 times 4. So that's going to equal to 6 to the power of 2 times by b to the power of 6 times by 2 to the power of 4 times by b to the power of 4. So now I want to go through and group my like terms together. So that's going to equal 6 to the power of 2 times by 2 to the power of 4 times by b to the power of 6 times by b to the power of 4. So I can simplify the two lots of numbers by going ahead and solving. So 6 to the power of 2 is equal to 36. So 36 times 2 to the power of 4, which is equal to 16, and then times b to the power of 6 times b to the power of 4. So 36 times by 16 is equal to 576 times b to the power of 6 times b to the power of 4. Now I can go ahead and simplify my two lots of b's using the first index law. So it equals 576 times by b, 6 plus 4, which is going to equal to 576 b to the power of 10. So the expression simplifies to 576 b to the power of 10. So in the next example, I want to simplify 2p to the power of 4 raised to the power of 3 divided by 2 and then p to the power of 2 raised to the power of 5. Now the first step is going to go through and apply the fourth index law. Remembering that in my bracket, in my numerator, I've got two terms, and 2 is to the power of 1 because there's no index listed. So that is going to equal 2 to the power of 1 times 3 times by p to the power of 4 times 3. Divided by, now down the bottom, the bracket is only around the p squared. So the power of 5 only applies to the p squared, not the first 2. So that's going to be 2 times p to the power of 2 times 5. So that is equal to 2 to the power of 3 times by p to the power of 12 divided by 2 to the power of 1 times p to the power of 10. So now I can go ahead and simplify a little bit more using the second index law. And I've got two lots of bases that I can apply the second index law to. I've got 2 to the power of 3 and 2 to the power of 1. And I've got p to the power of 12 and p to the power of 10. So applying the second index law to my first base of 2, where I'm going to subtract my powers. So that's going to equal 2 to the power of 3 minus 1. And then applying it also to my second base of p. So it's going to be times p to the power of 12 minus 10. So now I can go ahead and finish simplifying. and then it's going to equal p to the power of 2 times by p to the power of 2. Now, because my answer is 2 to the power of 2, p to the power of 2, so my two bases are raised to the same index. If I wanted to, I could write my answer 2p to the power of 2. So using the fourth index law in reverse to group my two powers together and raise them to the power of 2.